You're listening to the English Football Podcast. Qatar is ready for Sunday. France crushed Morocco's hopes. Muani scores the fastest substitute goal in World Cup history, and the French will be hoping to crush Lionel Messi's dream in the final. Hello and welcome to the English Football Podcast for another episode of the Daily Match Review. We are set for a France-Argentina final in this World Cup 2022 due to the game between France and Morocco last night, where Morocco lost 2-0 with goals from Theo Hernandez and Muani. The scoreline didn't really show how Morocco played. They had a lot of chances, but they didn't take them. There was a good overhead kick that hit the woodwork and a block on the line at the end from France that stopped Morocco scoring. We'll talk about first the Theo Hernandez goal just 5 minutes in. It was a good turn from Griezmann and he played it into Mbappe, and it seemed like every Moroccan player was just worrying about Mbappe and they all went towards him, and it obviously came out to an unmarked Theo Hernandez who scored the goal. It was quite a hard finish actually. He had to get it past Dari on the line and obviously reach the ball high in the air. Morocco played very defensively that game in a 5-4-1 formation. Obviously you'd have to against the French because they're such an attacking team and they've got players like Griezmann and Giroud that really cause problems. That was similar to the 2018 semi-finals, where defenders have scored the first goal. France played Belgium in 2018 and Samuel Umtiti scored in the first goal in that game. So we'll go to the Muani goal, where he scored after being on for a matter of seconds and no one saw him come in behind at the back post. France weren't brilliant, but they got the job done. They didn't really dominate the game, but it's sort of the same with their quarter-final against England. They weren't too brilliant. They didn't really dominate as much as you might think. But, they got the job done in the end. They got the win. Got the 3 points. I suppose Morocco could still get third place and have obviously already secured fourth. But that game will be played against Croatia, who obviously lost to Argentina 3-0 in that other semi-final. Argentina-France is maybe one of the best finals we can have this World Cup. We know in 2018 it was a brilliant game, 4-3, with the I think it was the goal of the tournament from Benjamin Pavard. Messi's career has basically led up to this trophy, and it's his last game in the World Cup. And all he needs to do is win that game and he can lift the trophy that he's been waiting for. France seem to have dealt with Karim Benzema's injury quite well as well, with Giroud, who's scored quite a few goals. He had a few opportunities this game as well, where I think one hit the post and one was quite a good opportunity, but he put it wide. Griezmann has been brilliant. He's been one of the best players at the tournament. I think he's been quite underrated at the start. He maybe wasn't, no one thought he would be as good as he was, but he's created tons of chances for France and they've scored obviously the ones that a lot of the ones that he has created. I think one of the reasons why France won as well was they didn't make too many mistakes, and Portugal made quite a few against them which made them lose the game there. But I think France took their chances really well that game, and Morocco did have quite a few good chances, but they didn't take them. Right then, that was all for today. That was all for Wednesday, the 14th of December, this daily match review. So we are set for an Argentina against France World Cup final, which will hopefully be a very, very good game filled with lots of goals. So, thank you for listening. You've been listening to the English Football Podcast. See you next time for the daily match review of the bronze final or the World Cup final. See you next time. Goodbye.